let me fix all my things over here. And there we go. Yeah, okay. I figured that live split was going to not work today. I did change it back to all skills. Good. Okay, so the goal today is to do exactly what I did yesterday, but not be a minute behind, or not throw a run a minute ahead. I also like that I still have the Steel Soul file up there. Oh man, this is not an ideal time to do this. Okay. My controller felt a little bit slippery. I don't know if it's from it getting slightly colder or what, but fixing it right before the run starts was not ideal. I hadn't even like realized it because I haven't picked it up yet before I click start stream. I don't even know. I think I had plugged it in already, maybe. No, or not. I don't remember. But so far, it seems fine. Hey Bull, how are you? Oops, crap. Yesterday I was like really on my timing with the slashes at the door. I feel like I realized the timing for buffering nail hits. Finally. Here without sound for today? Okay. Well, I guess since you can't hear me, that sucks. It'll just have to be a viewing experience, which hopefully I can provide. Just a big lurk from here. Alright, sounds good. I don't know if you can hear me now or not, but thanks for the lurk. I feel like that might be the first emote I might try to make an emote on my own. Maybe. And I feel like that's gonna be what I try to make, is a lurk emote. Alright, cool. I missed like all of the geo, so less cool, but we're fine. I don't know why I jumped over that venge fly. I should have gone under it, but it's alright. Sometimes you just gotta try to look fancy, you know? I also need to PB because I didn't let enough time go in the beginning of my last PB, so the patch doesn't show. And I can resubmit it, but I don't feel like I went to clip it. I clipped another one, like made another highlight of my old PB, and it added like an extra like 12 seconds on. Then I was like, you know, I don't feel like uploading another video for an extra 12 seconds. So I'll just PB again and just not worry about that one. So that one can stay on YouTube where it is and collect dust. Because I should have a new one by today, so that's fine. Thanks for the good luck, Sev. Were you here before I threw the, or when I threw the run yesterday? I think you were. I didn't get another good one after that. So I tried to do 4 mask shards, and then I didn't finish a single one of those either. That was great. I don't know why, ever since I got that PB and 4 mask shards, I can't like finish another run. Yeah. So hopefully, oh wait, I don't know if, I also don't know if you were here when I just explained the whole old PB situation. Yeah, today's the day. I don't know, like, for all skills, it's just I keep doing random things and messing up. Like, that one going the wrong way, just doing the wrong thing in the split. So that's easily fixable. But in all skills, I die in random places. Or not in all skills, on 4 mask shards. I just die in random places. Because I'm trying to go fast. So I think when I do PB in that, which I don't run very often, when I do PB, it should be a good one, I think. Oh yeah, Bull is without sound, so he's gonna mainly be contacting everyone in chat who shows up, I bet. I don't know why he's without sound today. Thanks for the good luck, Bull. But I don't know why he doesn't have sound. But that means we can make fun of him. So he won't know. He can't hear us. Well, I guess he can see you guys if you did it. But like I could take some jabs if I wanted, if I had enough material. But I don't. Not like Calamity. Calamity spells things wrong. Yeah, I think Bull like just said the no sound thing, so I believe that you shouldn't have it. All right, that boulder's far enough away. But thanks for relaying the message. Okay, I thought I missed. That was... I don't know when I'll actually get a gold of that split. Actually, this gold is actually better than my any percent one, I believe. I think my any percent is like a 146 something on the green path. So I don't know why I was struggling to get a new gold. Oh yeah, Seb, there's an ad going on. So I'm assuming you're still using your no ad powers that you magically attain somehow. I guess Twitch plays favorites and they chose you. Oh crap. I wish they chose me though, that would be cool. I mostly sub for emotes anyway. Okay. I wasn't sure exactly how this area was gonna work out. No ads, pay attention, and you don't get ads anywhere else either. Huh. That's weird. But you know you had some before. Did you get like some extension that isn't an ad blocker that might somehow be blocking ads? That's my only other guess. Or you subbed to someone at just the right time where Twitch now always thinks that you're subbed to whoever you're watching. I didn't like that. I don't know if I needed that extra hit. I think you're fine with 8 there, but just in case. Oops. Okay, I missed a couple geo. Fine. You added FFC. I don't think that would have ad block either. Also, I don't remember what emotes yesterday that Bull was using that weren't working, because Bull was just typing them. But I believe he was typing them right. I thought it was because they were FFZ, but I don't think they were actually. Because Wide People Sad was working, and that one I just saw I definitely have on FFZ, and not BTTV or the other one. That was nutty. If I didn't mess up that last fireball skip, that would have been really good. SRC has all the ads, like always. I don't know what the ads look like on there, because I have one. I have an ad blocker. I just use ad guard on it's just Twitch. I mean that is ideal. So why do people happy work? So it wasn't that one. That one's also an FFC, I believe. I moved that one there. I really don't know what it was that he was using, I forget. I should look now. It was right at the beginning of stream, so it shouldn't take me too long to find which emotes weren't working. Yeah, I only know that because I like was just testing it in chat before I started stream, and I was like, huh, seems to be working now. So that's all that matters. Oh god. Oh, I forgot to look at what my best possible is. It's lower now than what it is total because, you know, I didn't just play perfect golds for the first 3 splits. I want to know what it is without all of my already errors. I think it's close to 56-30, which is pretty good, I would say. As long as I can finish a run. This is scary. Finishing a run seems easy enough. True. No early control attempt this time. Oh god. Ah, the mantis went just slightly too high. Alright, first reset. How long? You haven't finished any run? When was the last time I finished one? Yeah, that was just bad. Because I forgot about the geo. I forgot about the extra geo I'm supposed to get. Okay, I'm gonna go back here and make sure that 1221 shows up. So, I don't know if you got in before I was explaining that or not, Sev. The PB, so the mods, yeah, I don't know why I keep verifiers, mods, same thing. On SRC, they verified my runs, my one any percent one that was the PB of like 2 seconds that I got. I feel like it was like 10 days ago, maybe now, I don't remember. But then the other one that was like a week ago of all skills, the 105, they verified both of those, but they rejected my one all skills, the current PB I have, because the way I submitted the video, that it doesn't show the patch number, sadly. And then I'd have to re-upload it to show the patch number. I just decided I don't want to do it. I'll just get a new PB. Yeah, I usually try to not let that happen. I usually try to wait just like a little bit, you know? Yeah, true. Just get a better run. Exactly. That's all you need. But yeah, so I usually try to like... I think I noticed that it wouldn't show up sometimes, or I just thought I was going too fast. So I usually tried to slow down, and that time, I think I had reset twice in a row or something. Like, really fast. Like, the other thing is, I went back, so just a couple seconds, I think, before when the video starts, the one that I uploaded, I went a couple seconds back, and that you can see like a flash of the patch number there. But the other place that you can see it, the closest one, is before the other run that I reset right before. So I was like, well, I don't want to include like 3 minutes of nothing to do with the actual run just to show the patch number. So that was like where the idea of just not submitting again was. I was like, yeah, screw that. And so I had reset that one at Statue Pogo. I messed up Statue Pogo and reset, so I was like, oh, damn it. It's like, so that would be in the run and look stupid. Not that I care much about that, but I remembered exactly that time, because I had also reset like right before that run to also somewhere around Statue Pogo. You included a reset by accident. Yeah, I think in my very first one I did. Actually, I did include it. Now, depending, I kind of want to reset. Yeah, I should just finish a run. Yeah, in my first submitted run to speedrun, I think I included a couple of resets, and then I re-uploaded the video, and then updated the link, because I was like, that was too many. I think it was like 3 resets that I had before the actual any percent run. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna submit that. Hey, Calamity. How are you? Bull is here and lurking, so he has no sound, so he doesn't know that I just announced your presence. There he is. He has to see that you're here on his own. Wait, Calamity, was it you who noticed that my emotes weren't showing up in chat? On the overlay, or was it Bull? Oh, your K works again? Nice. That's funny. I forgot that your K wasn't working yesterday. Did you figure out how to, like, calibrate your screen? I feel like that could have potentially fixed it. No, not my actual emotes, my, I thought it was FFZ, but I realized after I was looking today that Wide People Sad is an FFZ emote. So there were emotes that, I think it was Bull, but Bull was on mobile, so he was just typing them, and they weren't showing up in the chat overlay. So, like, they weren't showing up in the chat overlay for some reason, and I was gonna try to figure it out, because I assumed it was since I moved the emotes around to different places. But I found out that Wide People Sad is an FFZ emote, and it worked yesterday. So I think it just started working again on its own, maybe. Whichever emotes weren't working. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I think it's working now. But yeah, I don't remember the exact emotes that Bull was sending that were definitely capitalized, right? And just weren't showing up in the overlay. They were showing up in the regular chat. That's the thing that was confusing. I should have turned my fan on, apparently. I forgot that. Oh, hey, is that a raid? Okay, give me a sec. I don't remember if I had enough soul. Hey, Serpent, thanks for the raid. I saw you were on, but I didn't have enough time to come in and wish you some good luck. I hope that your all skills runs went well. Calamity, can you do the shout out? I'm preoccupied. Thanks, Calamity. Happy birthday. Wait, whose birthday is it? I think, did I add Burf? I love Burf. One of the scuffed frog emotes. And thanks for the good luck. I think I said that already, but I forgot. That was scary. I did not like that. I love having 70 emotes added so that like anyone can just come in and send nice looking things. Went pretty well. 1 high 51, 53.2x. That was matching PB until 2 deaths. Ah, dang. Hey, I still don't remember how to say your name. Thanks for the good luck. Sithel? Is that close? I feel like that doesn't sound right. With passion. Ooh, okay, I didn't know if I was making it over. Any pronunciation is fine. People call you CZ or CZ, like how I feel like Canadians say Z a lot, and like European countries usually. Like that's what you mean. But that makes sense. Calling people 2-letter things is easy. So I'll call you CZ. Although maybe it's gonna be confusing if I don't enunciate right and I say easy. Hey Webb, thank you for the good luck. Ooh. We're trying to finish a run today. Because yesterday, I had a run where I was 50 seconds ahead after Umu, and I got my first one cycle. Like, I didn't practice it, I just kind of winged it based off of what JX told me, and I got it. I was like, oh, cool. And I think I was too hyped, and I forgot where to go next. Oops. Love JX. Yeah, JX is goated. Great advice, and terrific runner. Shot Zed? Is that? That seems close enough, right? Oops. I was thinking that it was one more hit. That was still good though. Dang, almost green. You need to self-care, so lurk. Alright, have a good lurk and self-care. So wait, are you an artist, Webb? Oh wait, am I allowed to insert any value you want between letters C and Z? Kozathil? That's almost like another name. I feel like that's close. You're an all-skill speedwalker, nice. Need some speedwalkers. Because, you know, you probably have more fun. The, trying to go like super ham on the runs can be stressful. A web artist, maybe. True, that makes sense. So, like, spider webs? Did you get bit by a spider? Hey, Ghosty. So many people, yes. We got a raid from Serpent. So thank you again, Serpent, if you can still hear me. How are you, Ghosty? And thanks to the follow, Green HG. Love hearing the grub noise, especially when I'm doing things where I'm supposed to be saving grubs and then I get really confused. Be like, wait, I didn't save a grub. Also, thank you for the follow. Who was that? Webb, thank you. I always have to try to glance over that at the right times. Okay. Hopefully I don't screw up whatever it's called. Mantis Pogo. Although this time, I'm not 1 HP going down there, so I'm probably fine. Thank you for the follow, Otter G. A lot of G's, apparently. Alright, that was... I may have gotten the, like, the normal fast Mantis Pogo, but I just started trying to do that. Hey, a nice, a sub 10 claw. Let's go. Wait, what? Guessing you're not the first to ask, but is it intended that the game is horizontally squeezed horizontally? You're the second to ask, actually. So I've been streaming since about June. Yeah, beginning of June, and only 2 people have asked. But yeah, so it's a little bit wonky because I was trying to have it laid out the way I wanted. Because I don't remember exactly what I did in OBS. I think I went into transform. So when you go into the game capture, which I think is what I used for that. Oops. When you go into the game capture, and then you go into transform, you can set the exact like pixel sizes, and that's what I did. So I shrunk it more than width-wise than I did height-wise, which is why it's a little bit weird looking. Thanks, Nightbot. Oops. Of course I missed the last hit. What's more than 2? And the speedrunner saves time by shrinking the rooms. True. It'll be the first new strat that I make. Oh god, why am I being so weird hitting them? Okay, usually that split isn't that awkward. And I can save time here too, I think. Yeah, that's right. I did something weird in this that I'm not going to repeat. The split is a little bit longer than it should be in PB. And by a little bit, I mean like a lot longer than it should be. No Geo. Dang. Almost. I almost forgot to put on Shaman too. I was a little bit far away there. But nice. Saved another 10 seconds. No Death Geo unfollowed. Bloked. I know you meant blocked, but I like bloked more. Oh, did you say that? Hey Odie, how are you? You know shoot, yes. I've added quite a few emotes from Laws and P-Man chat. They're too good. At least 2 other people whose names you can't remember. You didn't know I was a speedrunner? Thanks for the good luck. Yeah, I speedrun Hollow Knight. I'm not super new anymore. Although for the Hollow Knight community, I think I'm pretty new. But I was trying to decide what game I wanted to speedrun, because I kind of wanted to ever since seeing like videos of anyone speedrunning. And I was like, I don't know. I never replay things, typically. And I was like, what's a game I actually really liked and wouldn't mind replaying? And I chose Hollow Knight. Zer. What was that, Ghosty? No blue like walk-link storage. I don't do walk-link storage anywhere. You can ask Ghosty. Ghosty really wants me to do walk-link storage. I also would like to do walk-link storage, but since I found out that either way, I'll have to learn both the 1/ and the 3/ if I want to learn the 1/. Since I found out that I'd have to learn both, I've just decided that I'll wait to learn. I'll figure it out later. You never played this game? Yeah, it is a really good game. I would definitely recommend playing it if you have any free time, Odie. If you'd like to do some analyzing. Wait, what? You made an amazing web. Remember at some point I kept swapping between taller or longer? Did it? I don't think I switched it. I think I've left it alone since I started. I don't know why. We're just gonna go under that platform. And I think we're also still pretty good on Geo. I still don't know exactly how much Geo I'm supposed to have in all the splits yet. Oops. I don't remember if you're supposed to skip that last one. But I also figure now I'm ahead on Geo. I haven't practiced any of these splits yet, since I'm still new to this category. So I just am winging it for now. Oops. Usually not winging it that badly though. If you have 700, you don't get the last one ideally, especially if I have 720. Okay, 720 is good. Got it. So wait, called live split analyzer. What are you doing, Ghosty?
Hele Summit. Bam. Finne.
Thanks for the progress, but your website is for walk-link storage enjoyers. Well, I don't not enjoy walk-link storage. I just don't know how to do it. That's my problem. Where do I go next? What's the split? Oh, Shade Soul. Okay, I know where to go. I lied. I just didn't feel like dealing with that beetle, so I decided not to. You'll teach me. Alright. Oops. That was a little bit awkward, but I fixed it, kind of. Put it in a big message. Oh, what? Did you just make... Oops. What am I doing? How did I miss? Dang it. Okay. This web function that web made. Oops. That's scary. Which analyzes your split files to help you improve. Has some nice functions. Okay. I forgot to charge my nail. Nail thing. Nail art. That's the word. No walk-link storage. Yes, that will be a common theme in most places where walk-linking storage can be done. Ow. This room is so laggy. I'm not used to it. Since I've never had to go in that room, since I've done any percent, it throws me off. I also need to get better at doing this and also listen to JX about the thing. What is the thing? I forget what it's called. That was horrible lag. I play controller. Yeah, not a gamer device. I don't know if I'll ever switch to that. But yeah, so JX was telling me there's something, some sort of application that you can get that's allowed that can bind nail to multiple things. So then you can charge a nail art not holding your nail button to make it less awkward. Oops. Dang it. Alright, we're just gonna go up. Yeah. JX plays with a gamer device. Lep and JX use the same thing. I think JX has a picture of it on their Twitter. So it's basically just a custom keyboard that the game recognizes as a controller with the way you configure it. And it's just very, I think I could say economical. Oh god, this is horrifying. Okay, we're alive. That was terrible. Oops, I also forgot to... That was from being almost dead that I forgot to do that. Okay, we're up here to get soul, so that I can somewhat do the right rotation on this fight. Okay, we're good. I think there's still potential for me to not lose any time doing that, because PB did it. Okay. Let me see if I can catch up. Yeah, so Lep uses it. If Web's gonna DM it to you, it's pretty cool looking, but you have to make it yourself, I believe, right? Why? I don't know why that's been happening. No, I didn't realize I had enough soul to shoot another fireball. That was good though. I'll take that. And I'm definitely losing some time to this. Why and how? Are you saying why now because you've seen a picture of it now? it a little early. I'm so early on these all the time. Okay. I don't remember where my big time saves are other than this. Definitely Umu. Is this right? Close. Keyboard switches in a custom case, yeah. Ergonomic positioning. That's the word I was thinking of. I don't know if I said ergonomic, but that's what makes it like better. It's the fact that you don't have to have your fingers stretched in awkward ways. And I think there's like a pretty well dedicated key to each thing. Oh god. I'm not dying. It wasn't happening. Ergonomical, yes. I don't go for a second hit on that thing because I only need the one. I didn't even need the one, but oops. Oh my. I am throwing about as hard as I can. Dang it, I keep missing that now. You know what's normal? Ghosty. I mean, Jimmy, for walking storage, teaching remind you to explain it better. Easier phrase 2 for this fight. Wait, easier phase 2 for, oh god, that was stupid. Easier phase 2 for Soul Master, Soul Tyrant, Soul thing, I never remember what its name is. Wii controller, gross. Wait. What do you actually use a Wii controller, Ghosty? There's no way. I don't believe it. Dedge. I do have a Dedge emote. I think I have both of them. The Scuffed Frog one and the regular one, because Calamity likes the regular one. But man, if I could... I don't know why I was so low on health going into Soul Sanctum. That was my own fault. I was just sucking. Dedge, yes. I like the Scuffed Frog one. Ghosty always played this game on controller for 1,000 hours before switching to keyboard. Wait, oh, you're saying you did web, yeah. I mean, I played for like 130-ish hours maybe on keyboard, and I switched to controller. So I'm the opposite. You don't like keyboard only Wii? You should play on the Wii Fitness board thing. I don't know what those are actually called. You know, like the board you stand on for Wii Fit. You should do that. I'm sure that you could somehow customize buttons for your feet to be able to use it. Yeah, the reason I switched this way is because I've played console games like my whole life. So I played casually on keyboard. I don't know why initially, since I am more used to controller, but like since it's on PC, like my brain was like, I'll just play it with controller or with a keyboard. So that's what I did. And then yeah, I was like, huh, now that I'm gonna speedrun, I'm gonna switch because I like controller more. Yeah. So let's see. We'll try to not suck this split. That's already better than last time. I think last time I had like 8 Geo and I didn't get double spike. tried to play keyboard, you were on holidays, and you had 1 month to learn Hollow Knight with keyboard. You hated it. Ah. I actually completed like everything on keyboard. I did all the way through P5. I got Mr. Mushroom ending. I pretty much did as much as you can without speedrunning, I think, on keyboard before switching to controller. You're doing right hand movement, which you hated, but left hand movement was really good. Wait a minute. So like you're doing like the arrow keys and then you switch to like WASD. Yes, kind of. That's all I can infer off of what you said. I guess technically your movement could be like any keys that you wanted, but still, those are the ones I imagine. Nodder's question mark. Wait, do you use left-handed movement too, Calamity? Oh, you just put the arrow keys on the left, yeah. Do you have like a split keyboard? Or... Moonlander, okay. I don't know anything about split keyboards. I've never looked into them, ever. So, I just remember the really cursed ones that were split, but also on the same, like, you know, hardware device. I really don't like those. The ones that are like, you have your hands, like, I don't know, it's just awkward. It feels weird. Controller has left-hand movement, that's true. But yeah, I've seen those really awful keyboards. I don't like those. Like, having them split into separate pieces seems okay. But I've never tried that either. Right-handed movement on controller. Is there anything... I don't think I've ever had any game where I've done right-handed movement on controller. You have several layers. Silver Hollow Knight. Oops. This is why I don't read in Mount. Okay, we're gonna reset. Usually I don't read chat in Mound because of exactly that. I just do something dumb. I don't know what it is. Okay, I'm gonna go back just to make sure the patch number shows. Okay, it definitely showed that time, for sure. Want to become famous? Can you bop that person unless like their account wasn't made like 2 days ago? If I can't read everything, I try to though. I really enjoy reading chat. Like that's the main reason I even wanted to stream in general. The only reason I was doing it as a speedrunning thing was so that I had something to do while like I didn't have anything to be responding to. Nice, Calamity. Good one. They didn't even put a link. Yeah, I know. Deleting the message is probably a worthy thing. But it's just so close to the format of what they like to do, the bots. But the name looked like it could have been not a bot, which is why I just said delete it. Or I said bop. Whatever you wanted to take that to mean. Yeah. Please talk normally if you aren't a bot. Wait, did Bull try to go? Bull doesn't have, don't bop them. Oh, you said don't bop them, Ghosty. That's funny. I don't know if Bull has sound or not, but yeah. Bull decided he didn't want responsibility, so I didn't give him mod. He tried to remove it, though. You should try right-handed movement on your next stream. I feel like you should finish no hit. Just do no hit any percent, it's easy, come on. You shouldn't take that many tries to do it. Scoot is from 2017, yeah, see, I feel like that's old enough that maybe it's not a bot account. Like, just looking at the account age, but I have no clue. I don't know how Twitch bots work exactly, because I'm not a mod in anyone's chat besides one person, I think. Damn, what the hell? That was really bad. Easy, just in case. Yeah. I think right-handed movement on controller after thinking about it for a little bit seems really awful. Like, I feel like you get so used to doing... Why is that Vengefly dying so early? Like, I'm not even close to where it normally dies. Oh, that's what you were saying just in case too. You blocked feet jam. Alright. Ghosty might be demoted. Because I'm gonna add feet jam next stream. Oh man. I'm going really slow at my first splits today, so we're just gonna not reset unless I'm like dead. Yeah. That would be so weird to like remap, but then also just to use. I'm curious. I know Fireborn recently did. Well, it might not be recently, but I remember seeing it. And I don't think I watched it yet. Like his controls randomized every 30 seconds. I think that's what it was. I don't think that the movement randomized. I think it was mainly like spells and nail hit and focus, like kind of stuff. But if it was controls too, that would suck. Using joystick for actions. Oh, gross. That would actually be really funny though. Now that I think about that too. Like, I don't mind getting a 336 Vengeful Spirit, but I also don't like it. Because I was consistently getting like 32s ish, like 32, 33, and then I just fell off. That was probably from running all skills. I was gonna say I didn't know if it was from taking a break from Hollow Knight, but I haven't taken a break recently. It was from switching categories and not having to reset early game as much. Imagine joystick spells. Just throw it in whatever direction you want. Like, it'd be a really good quick cast, I think. Like, that could be nice. But then I also think about how awful of a time that casual players have with the nail direction hits. Because sometimes they like try to pogo stuff, and since they're using a joystick, it's like nearly impossible to choose, like to actually do it the right way sometimes. Just because you actually have to go down left or down right. How do you delete messages? I don't know. Because I haven't done it. But Calamity sure knows how. Because I've seen Calamity do it a couple times. Just one singular message. What do you mean casual players? That's why you switched from... What? Well, so the thing is, oh, that Baldur was being rude. I usually wait for it. The thing is, I actually legitimately bought a PlayStation 4 controller so that I could use the D-pad for Hollow Knight speedrunning. There's a weird thing going on with my controllers. There was one that the D-pad wasn't working, I think. I used Xbox controllers because that's what I always used to play. But, so one, the D-pad, if I was holding left and down on the D-pad and I pogoed something, I would just stop, like, no matter what. Even if I was doing it right, my left momentum would just stop and I would just fall right to the ground. It was dropping the left input. And then my other one had stick drift. So it didn't really matter since I wasn't going to use it, but I was trying to do the thing that Fireborn said for fireball skips. Like with the analog stick override, or D-pad override. I don't remember which one of those overrides the other. But I know, like, if you're holding left on the D-pad and then I think it's, or left on the analog stick. I think I remember which way it is. So like if you hold left on the analog stick and then tap right on the D-pad, you turn around for just the time that you tap the D-pad. So when I tried to do that, I was like, oh yeah, I have stick drift, and it was not working right. So I got a new controller. You never like claw grip for fireball skip? Do I even use claw grip? I don't know. I also use crab grip because I played Rocket League for a while. So I got used to crab grip. Which is, if you haven't ever heard of it before, it's like claw, but instead you have like your your middle finger and your index finger on buttons. Oh my god, why is this guy being rude? But, so like, doing that, yeah. So I got used to doing that from Rocket League, so that's the way I play Hollow Knight. Mainly for my right hand, actually, though, since I use all those buttons, but on my left hand I play claw. You deleted the block term feat jam. Nice. You'll ban them yourself. It's more personal that way. That was dumb. I just shouldn't have tried what I tried. Okay. That was not the greatest. If they do it. Oh, yeah, so now what do you do, Ghosty? You always threw the joystick. Works well. Ah, okay. Wait, so which way is it? Is it the joystick overrides the D-pad, or the D-pad overrides the joystick? I didn't finish reading the message because I was trying to not screw up. D-pad overrides joystick, okay. Yeah, it felt really weird doing that. If your like main controls were the D-pad for movement, and then you were trying to use the joystick to do something separate. Give me your stream key. I'll keep it for now. Maybe if you earn it. Not screw up is nice, yes. I still did a little bit, but we can save time, I think. I don't even know why I say I think. There's definitely a lot of time that I can save pretty easily in the next, like, 2 splits. As long as I'm not dying by the time I get to Mantis Pogo, and I get early control, I think that should be time save over PB. And then Blue Lake Split has like 10 seconds or 13 seconds of time save that I won't say still what that is. Although I think Calamity or Ghosty probably no, because I've said it multiple times. But never again. You're gonna go to sleep, Bull? Alright, see you tomorrow. Have a good sleep. I also can't remind Bull. He was thinking about possibly taking off. I feel like he should do that. Ow. Okay, so now we're not getting early control? Nice. Why am I like, I'm not even, what's it called? I can't even think of words. Oh god. Do I keep going? If I'm not 20 seconds behind, I'll keep going. Yeah, I was doing horrible Mantis Pogos for so long that I've gotten used to doing really bad backups. I can PB with the death. Yeah, but you know, it's so convenient to reset right here. Okay, I have to go back out to the menu. You found it? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, thanks, Nightbot. Oh wait, can Bull hear me now? Oh, you found the deleting a message thing. I got it. Which message did you delete of Webs? Yeah, Ghosty, I feel like might have a slight power issue. You can hear me? Oh, okay. I was gonna say you should have done the thing, the taking a day off thing, since you have intense schooling happening soon. But yeah, you can go to sleep if you want. I thought you said you didn't have sound. Why are you lying? Or are you on your way home? Is that why you have sound now? Hey Naruto, thanks for the good luck. Why are these things being so mean to me? Wait, did I not just read your text? What do you mean? I did, I think. Or did you tell me to stop reminding you? Is that what you meant? You turned up your sound. Oh, yeah, I must have missed that one. I was busy throwing. And going really slow in King's Pass now, apparently. Can I get another run complete before I hit 50 attempts? That's what I would like. Stop reminding you. But if I remind you, then you might actually do it, and then it would be great, because you'd have an extra day off. Even though you have a whole, like, week off, right? But you never answered if you had, like, plenty of time off yesterday or not. You just said that you could take a day off. Never. Alright. Wait, you're on mobile still, right? Wait, does that show up in chat in the overlay? Yeah, it does. Okay. So wait, Bull, do you remember which emotes were broken yesterday before you leave? Because I don't remember which ones they were. Oh, you are? Taking a day off? Is that what you're... Oh, wait, you're on mobile. No, never mind. Nice. Let's go. And we got, like, over half of the geo. But, oh wait, oh, Madge was one that wasn't working. Is that showing up in chat? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I guess it fixed itself between yesterday and today. I don't know what that was. I thought it was because they were FFZ emotes. Oops. But then I realized that you used Wide Peepo Sad, and that one worked. So I don't know what was going on. I have no clue. Like, some of the FFZ emotes didn't work, I guess. My bio says I'm a 26-year-old computer engineer. True. Those are two facts. But still, like, when it's supposed to work, it's hard to figure out why it doesn't, especially when it's just plugins, because the plugins, they don't have anything to do with Twitch, so they should just work. I have more faith in them than Twitch to design good things. Wait, who? Oops. Did you ask Web if they're me? Is that what you're trying to say, Bull? Zerk Preter? That's a little bit too much. Too many things. I think I said how that would be pronounced. That's a little bit too much intricate pronunciation for me. I don't like that. Webstem. No, you're obviously X. Wait, who is? Are you saying I am? Wait. Who? What? Bull. Do you need to sleep? I don't know what's going on anymore. Hey, here we go. Here's a good run. A good early time. There's that emote again.
Oh.
Good night. Alright. Have a good night, Bull. A 33, we take those. I think I got a 33. Read Web's last message. Oh, you're also... Okay, I missed it because I read the first one and then the end of the messages were the same. So, yeah. That was my mistake. So we are the same person, basically. It's not my fault. When you're trying to just skim messages, it's really hard sometimes if they end in the same thing. It's not my fault. I just remember one night, that reminds me, this was back when I used to have to do reading stuff for school. Like, we had reading logs where you had to read a certain amount of time every week. Then your parents would have to sign it. I don't know if people still have to do that, or if people's parents nowadays also just sign it anyway, but mine didn't do that. And I know other people's did. But, so I tried to read the first Harry Potter book as quickly as possible. Thanks for the follow, Stress Thanigans, I think. I don't know how to read that. But I tried to read the first Harry Potter book as quickly as I could, and I like tried to like somewhat time it a bit. And so I was like speed reading it, and I did finish the whole book in the night. And by the night, I mean, I think I started at like 7 and finished at like 9, I think. So I was pretty impressed. Thanks for the good luck. And what'd you say? Web? Let's see. I'll read it after. This isn't a Balder. Oh god, it is a Balder. Go away. Impressed by my ability to read chat. Oh, crap. While speedrunning, when you play this game, you struggle to do both, end up missing half the chat. Yeah, it's really, like, hasn't been too bad for me, because I'm still pretty small in the scale of streamers, so my chat's usually decently slow. Usually when there's raids, I miss more messages than I would normally. I think normally I see most messages, and I'm able to read them. Can you make a thing? What do you want to make? Here's a slow too. Usually stream to 5 to 10 people. Yeah, I feel like 5 to 10 is definitely a decent amount, especially if they're like active chatters. I know like once you start getting really big, then you have a ton of lurkers, so it doesn't change much about the chat activity, unless you do something really engaging that everyone wants to talk to you about. But yeah, I think having like a solid like 5-ish people at least maybe sending you messages is nice. 5 to 10? Wow. I don't know what my average is currently. But a lot of the chat messages are Calamity and Bull. A bit of an influencer. Nice. Oh, you made a thing. That's right, you can do channel point things now. I forgot. That's the first channel point thing that's ever been made here. I don't know what the I don't know what the thing is. Oh god. I still got hit, dang. Unlucky. I'm really bad at knowing how to farm enough soul here, since I'm new to doing Moss Knight Geo. I need a couple more hits. That's probably good, right? Average of 8 or 4 to 8. But it looks like 50 because your mods spam all the time. Nice. Are you a mod in Ghosty's chat? I probably shouldn't have used all my fireballs there. That was dumb, but it's fine. Oops. How much? Man, I missed it with 2 fireballs, I guess. This is still alright. And we're pretty good on Geo. What did you mean normal mods? Dang. You don't spam? I was reading Ghosty's message if you think I meant that you spam Calamity. And I might have read it wrong. That's definitely a possibility. Because I do that for your messages usually, not Ghosty's. Oh god, come down. Come on. That was rude. Why'd you have to go sit up there? Normal equals spamming. Nice. Oh, you're modding Ghosties as well. Dang. Wait, oh. But does that mean that you just called yourself not normal? Because you said you don't spam after Ghosty said that his normal or their normal mods don't spam. You hate Hollow Knight so much? Hornet? So wait. You hate Hornet or Hollow Knight? And I guess Ghosty's leaving. That's usually what Ghosty says when they leave. That emote, I don't know what it's called still. It looks like some kind of frog. That's about all I can get out of that emote. Oops. Don't go. Brew. What Calamity said. Why people sad? Is this, I don't know what the timing of this is like. I don't know if the timing of this is good. I think it's probably alright. You're not leaving, you just like the emote? Yeah. Is it supposed to be like a I'm out emote? Like, see ya. Oh. You're staying, okay. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. Most of the time when Ghost uses it, it's like, I'm leaving. But there's also those few times when Ghost uses it just because. And also there's an ad going on, I think, so I'll be slightly less entertaining, maybe. But there we go. We finally didn't mess that up. And we got the mini hop. We did another mini hop. That was a close Mantis Pogo. I did not like that. Alright, and we saved a little bit of time. You're staying, Hornet killed. Amazing place. Amazing pace. Oh, you like amazing pace or ultra pace. I don't know if it's an ultra pace since I'm still 10 seconds behind, but we might be green soon. So there's that. Basically today, an amazing pace would be finishing a run. That's what we hope. We hope we finish a run. Why did I... what? Oh, and your run. Nice. I didn't realize you were running at the same time. Are you doing any percent right now, Ghosty? I don't know. I know Ghosty just recently was like, hey, you got any percent tips? I was like, I can give you some. A little bit, but not like super great ones, because still not the best. You're doing P1 IL. Oh, okay, nice. How much geo's in the ceiling? 8? We can live with that. There we go. We got it out. Wow. How'd that gruz sneak up above me? Rude. How was P1 going? Thanks for the nice gruz, Mom. Yeah, that was better than the last one, I think, when you guys came in. That one was just... oof. It's also been a bit, I think, since I've been here. I've been messing up a lot. Do we get free geo this time? Maybe. I never try to get free geo. Oops, so the timing's a little bit weird for me. And I shot my fireball in the wall. Oh my. Every time there's a fireball, it really screws me up. I should have just let the shade get a little bit closer. But we still didn't even lose time. Good but bad, risky strats, but reset. Ah, okay. I just saw there was... did somebody get a new first place? Oh no. I think somebody got another high up trial of something. I don't remember what the first trial is called in the Coliseum. But somebody got a high uptime. I think it might have been first place. I don't remember though. No, wait. Genkar got first place in no main menu storage any percent. But the other person got something decent in whatever it's called that I can't think of. Oh. I don't know if I'm supposed to kill that one. You saw there was a Colo world record recently? Maybe it was that then. Mated Abyss Climb Recce lately. I don't know anything about what you're supposed to do for Abyss Climb, so maybe I should watch that. First... Wait, so what is the timing for it? Like, do you start from a fresh file and then you go and do Abyss Climb as quickly as you can? Like that single room. Oh wait, so 28 seconds and like milliseconds is what you mean. Okay. I was thinking you meant 28 minutes. I was like, that's a lot. Moloch. You didn't die to Moloch, did you, Ghosty? Come on. You just climbing the abyss as in all skills? Okay. Am I going the right way? Yeah, I am. For a second there, I thought I was going to the wrong thing. I don't know if I was gonna get to the wall in time. Yeah, I was like, my any percent brain said minutes. I was like, huh, that seems long, but okay. I don't know, does not skipping that last hopper actually help you? Or should I skip it if I'm good on Geo already? Why am I missing that now? I didn't even practice that. Stop murdering hoppers. Okay, so I should skip the last one. Okay, most of the time you should skip that last one. How much do hoppers give you? They give you like 16 each, right? It's something crazy. Milliphobia, people who care about milliseconds. Well, I really do hate caring about milliseconds. Abyss IL runners. I think it's any IL runner, usually, right? Because all of the ILs in Hollow Knight are pretty short. Wait, you have to make a PowerPoint? Aw, dang, that sucks, Ghosty. Nobody likes to use Microsoft tools. You haven't let Ghosty know today that they're a menace to society. Well, good timing. Should I send the elevator back down? I think I want to. For the last time I was being dumb. We'll do it. And I didn't mess it up this time, so it's fine. I really knew I should have did the normal thing. You have a 35 Abyss. I don't know what my Abyss time is. It's whatever my split is. Oh. Okay, we need to just not get hit. Elevator doesn't matter. I know, but I see people send it down, so like I'm like, send it down. I just like to send it down, you know? I hate that elevator being in my way. Actually, what I like about sending it down is the fact that then it's down there when you need to go over it again. So then it's like, the floor is solid so you don't accidentally fall in, even though that probably doesn't matter at all. Is it worth it to use 2 fireballs on this thing when it's like going away from me like that? It's worth, okay. Because that room is so laggy for me that... Oops. The room is so laggy for me that just killing that thing fast would probably be very helpful. Yeah, I don't know why it's like so insane in that room for the lag. It's really bad. Yeah, I don't know. This is like my regular 1221 thing, so it doesn't have debug mod on it or anything. It doesn't have any weird changes. It's just laggy for me. I think I have all the right like settings low and whatnot. Like particle effects. It isn't laggy on current patch. Well, that's good for current patch people. Oops. Oh my god. I need to have more health than 2 going into that room. Jeez, why can I not finish runs? Man, that sucks. But I think I'm usually good on soul going into that room. What are those enemies called? Spell twisters or something? You never do low HP Sanctum. Yeah. I think in the run yesterday when I ended up being about 50 seconds or more ahead, I don't know, my thumb's like slightly greasy. I don't think I can fix it in time. Anytime I touch my face, always. Moloch. Stop dying to Moloch. Just like D-Dark and Shade Cloak through it or something, I don't know. 2 times, that's funny. Well, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, the one time yesterday when I got through and I got all the way to Umu, about 50 seconds ahead, during my Soul Sanctum, I think I went in with like 4 HP. So it was just really good because I didn't get hit at all the whole way until Soul Tyrant. Or Soul Master. You died to Moloch on a pacer. It's just P1% IL. Wait, how will you learn doing 4 mask shards? Yeah. Wait, so when you do P1% IL, like that's like just P1, right? That's what you mean? So you should have all like the nice power-ups and whatnot, so it shouldn't be that hard to kill Moloch. Yeah, Moloch's hitbox is so, like, dumb. What? Wow, I got hit twice. I'm resetting again. I hate doing that. 5 seconds doing, like, 20 inputs and dodging. Yeah, it's fine. At 1 HP, we'll just don't do Fury. Yeah, that's true. They can be several. They can be several lines. Moloch and the pacer test? I hope not. If you had to do the pacer while going around Moloch, that would suck. I feel like Ghosty always sends like a couple of messages at a time. I'm not used to looking over there and not seeing Ghosty's name twice every time I read something. You don't know why you do that. I feel like a lot of people do it more recently. In the olden days when texting was first becoming a thing, people really hated sending multiple texts. I don't know why. Oh, it's because of actually having to pay for them, that's why. You had to pay per message. I don't know if the length mattered. I think it did, because eventually it would be too long and it had to be sent in 2 texts. So then you're paying for 2 instead of 1. I think the character limit was like the same as Twitter's. Twitter 140. I also don't go on Twitter that much, so yeah. But yeah, nowadays I feel like it's definitely more common to say things a couple times. Say like your same message was split up. Yeah. Phones still do it now, but it's not noticeable to us. That's too much computer engineering speak for the general public web. But yeah, I just meant like back in the day when they actually physically charged you for that splitting up. I doubt that they do it still that way today, right? I doubt that they charge you. Well, because unlimited messaging, yeah, whatever. I'm being dumb thinking about it. You died to Mossy? Come on, Ghosty. Mossy's like the easiest one. I was also about to start kiting that Vengefly back for the mask shard. I almost did it. I don't know why. I was thinking about doing 4 mask shards right there. Text message protocol. Absolutely optimal. True. I actually don't really... I've never messed around with too much phone type stuff, so I don't really know much about that. I think that was fine. I think that was the best way to go around those 2. Can we keep all the geo in the room? Yes. Let's go. Wait, so you're seriously bad at the game? Mossy is still hard, but easy in the hard? What? I don't know if I get that. I actually hit the platform. It's been a while since I've touched that platform on my way down, but it was probably fine. So wait, are you doing Fury, I assume, then? If you died to Mossy? You trying to go as fast as possible? Within the hard, it is easy. Am I just not understanding? Oh, I guess I kind of get it. Like, it's hard because you're trying to go fast, but it's like an easy boss, I guess is what you're saying. It's just... I feel like I didn't read it right because of it being split up in the one message. I think I understood it more when Calamity said it. Not understanding Ghosty is good. Might be a good thing too, yeah. I forget. Where are you from, Ghosty? You're from Spain or something. Spain or France. I feel like it was Western Europe. But I forget exactly where. I'm gonna go with Spain, final answer. So, does that mean that people from Spain do weird stuff? I don't know much about Spain. I just know that they used to, like, have a dominant navy, and then England was like, that's us, sorry. Spain. All of P1 is hard, Mossy is hard, but it's the easy part of P1. Why is Mossy hard? Don't you just sit there and smack it? You are from Spain? Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I think I remember right. Thanks, Nightbot. No, because slow. What do you mean? Like the knockback from Mossy? Or it's too slow. 3 flukes before it screams? Do you mean one fluke hitting 3 times, or actually 3 whole casts? Got some setup for it. Okay. So what, you can walk into it or something while you're trying to take advantage of Fury? That part of the issue? Minus 6.9. Let's go. Nice. I almost got hit by that. Three whole casts. That's a lot of damage. Especially to Mossy, which is not a damage boss, I feel like. We got 2 hits. Nice. Perfect. Alright, you gotta go, Calamity. Thanks for stopping by. Do we go for the 1 fireball? I messed it up. Okay. Why are you the way you are? Oh my. You'll lurk too and attempt to get some work done. Alright, sounds good. Man. I'm just gonna keep killing these runs, aren't I? This is awful. Why can't I do any of these? So in the first 2 days of doing runs, I completed 2 runs per day. I think the second day I completed 2. I had to have, because it was my 4th complete. I think that is my PB, and I did it on the second day. And the first one that I did was like at 127, the second was at 105. So what did I get on the other one? Oh, I think my 4th complete might have... Man, no, I don't remember. I forget. I would really enjoy myself getting past Soul Sanctum. Hey, we got the RNG softfall, I think, because I didn't jump in time. Or I did a really well-timed jump that I missed. 51.65. That's the fastest King's Pass I think I've ever done. By, like, half a second. Or, not half a second. By a 20th of a second. That's what I meant to say, I think. Yeah, 20th of a second would be 0.05. I think my fastest was actually technically like a 51.71. But who's counting? Me, apparently. That's the only thing that I like to try to remember, is my fastest King's Pass, since I don't have a King's Pass split on anything besides, well, now I guess I have it. No, it's only on 10 mask, or 4 mask charts, 10 mask charts. Wow, that'd be a rough category. Man, that's what happens when I have the fastest I've ever done something, usually. Then I do some weird screw up. You hate Moloch, you're done. What, was that the last attempt for today? Why don't you do what Webb said and go do 4 mask shards, Moloch? Because that could help. What is it? It's like 60 hits or something. You hate 4 mask shards, Moloch? And Moloch. Well, it is good practice, though. What do you do in P1%? Like, because it's so much different. Yeah, it's so much tankiness. I thought I didn't jump high enough. You just have to ultra turnaround. What is that? What the heck? I landed on the thing. This is a slow VS, but it's fine. Is it like, you mean you shade cloak through and then just keep quick slashing or something? Because you can just beat the crap out of Moloch. Okay, it's still a 37. We take those. It's also been a while since I took a drink of water. I was realizing. I think I thought about it like 20 minutes ago. But was too busy trying to not throw and not succeeding at that either. What is the world record for P1 IL? Or are you saying like P1% IL as in the IL you would do after doing the P1% route? I think that's part of what I was not sure of when you said it at first. Two minutes, 44 seconds, okay. By Spoonsy. Yeah, that is super fast. I think the fastest I've ever done it is like 5 minutes, or 5.5 or something, but that's without Fury too. So definitely a lot slower, but probably a lot easier. Do we get to be green? Let's go. Nice. And I don't know if I've ever actually watched anyone speedrun Pantheons. The fastest Pantheons I've seen are just from people doing them in, like, at the end of long runs that do them. So, you know, like 112 APB. Okay, can I not mess up like the easiest fireball skip? There we go, we did it. I still messed it up by walking off early, but that's fine. I don't know if I have enough. Dude, come on. I don't want to reset, but that was bad. And this guy isn't over here. Jeez, how long have I been going? I've been going for an hour and a half, and the furthest I got was Soul Sanctum. Gross. Alright, gonna go sit here for a second so that that shows up over there. I think it's probably fine. That was definitely long enough that the patch showed up. Okay. Make my controller less sticky or slippery. It's actually the opposite of the first thing I said. It's always extremely silent in King's Pass. Every time. from going from pretty much any other part of the run back to the beginning. It just seems depressing because there's just no sound. Would you forget, Ghosty? Oh, what was the prediction actually for? I just see the, oh, no one voted. Nice. That's funny. Where? Yeah, no, I can't see it from the view I'm in. Before 50 attempts. Oh, uh-oh. Well, hopefully. If I finish a run, it should be a PB. But I don't know if it'll be happening. I hope. Not that slow, we take those. Yeah, I feel like there might not be that many channel points to go around also. So, I would understand being conservative with them. I always hoard my channel points. Let's see. Hopefully we can get like a 335 here. I thought I was gonna need to pogo that. I thought it was gonna eat my jump because the one husk hit the wall. But I guess it hit the wall before I jumped. I don't know. That was acceptable. Yeah, this is good. We definitely can save a little bit of time. Which is definitely important starting off an hour-long run to have some time save, because there's definitely not any more time save in the rest of the run.
No.
Oh wow, that was even better than I thought though. I don't know why I was still expecting it to be like a 335. I'm getting at least a decent amount of 333s today. I think yesterday my early games were like average, but I was able to get out of early game a couple of times, which was nice. I really just need to still complete more runs so that I can get to the rest of the route so that I can not mess it up when I do have good paces. We missed one Geo. Dang Balder RNG being too good this time. Okay. Here comes the part that I keep messing up slightly. I don't know why I'm struggling so much in Green Path now. But hopefully it stops. That was good. I will definitely accept that. Do I try to hit one of the birds on the ground? Why not? We got one. I didn't need to, but I'm just kind of going for it now whenever I have a chance, just to try to practice it a little bit. Oops. Why jump, please? Alright. We were just practicing walking off that platform, that's all. Okay, nice. I think one of the biggest things I should just practice is Moss Knight Geo, since it's for both any percent now and all skills. If I practiced it, then it would help for both, and then I could also do Moss Knight route and any percent if I felt like it. If I get good enough at it to feel like it'll save me time. I think that's still good. Yeah, okay. We are good on Geo again. Okay, that was decent. We still lost time, but it's fine. Okay, now I need to... My, like, thumb was getting sweaty and it was slipping off of my D-pad. Okay, now the part that is the actual gatekeeper of the run. Most of the time, for any percent, if I do this well. Since I still haven't practiced doing it optimally well, I just recently realized how I was supposed to do it correctly. Specifically Mantis Pogo. This is good though. I don't know why sometimes when I like unfocus from the screen, it just seems like there's so much going on all at once because I was paying attention to the scenery, which I don't usually do. Felt weird. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I also keep forgetting that that is a fake gold, and I need to fix it. I think the last PB, I don't think it is the gold that I've gotten, but that one that I did erased it because I didn't get the Geo rocks that you're supposed to get like 2 rooms before Mantis Pogo. That was awkward. The Vengefly was slightly too high, so I didn't want to hit it, and then I just completely missed. I feel like she should fly into this corner, right? Yeah. Except she bounced off the wall. Dang. Okay. Hopefully there's no shenanigans going on with the shade. Ah, it still was in the wall? Oh well. A little bit of shenanigans going on there. It just deciding it wanted to get in a quick fireball. You know, if I was paying more attention, I probably could have pogoed the fireball, pogoed the shade, and still made it up. And saved like a little bit of time. But that's risky. I missed that twice today. Dang. Guess I won't be hitting that soul totem for a little bit. Nice, actually. That worked out really well. Getting that last Geo was not important, but oh well. 747 Geo. That's pretty good, I think. I'm pretty sure that web before lurking said that 720 was good before the hoppers. So 27 above that's probably pretty good. I don't even think I was getting extra Geo. I just got all of the Geo from the sources that I'm supposed to. Oh god. Alright, I finally didn't miss that pogo though, so that's nice. I don't know if I golded though. There's a chance. Oh god, I was trying to drink fast and almost, like, or I didn't almost, I made a slurp noise by accident. Did I get twice there? I wasn't paying attention. Did I? I had 3 masks, yeah. I got it twice. Dang it. Remembering. Except I released Nail at the wrong time, so we didn't get the dash slash anyway. I need to pay attention to the optimal path through that room. Oops. Okay, here we go. About to mess this up. Or not. That should be good. That should be a gold, I think. Even though killing the soul twister thing, whatever they're called, was a little bit scuffed. But okay, we take those. And that was actually fast, so that's good. Why? Ow. They're being rude to me. I don't trust myself in the fight, so I'll do 3 masks. That's probably fine. Hopefully I don't mess up my input again. I don't know why I keep doing that. That was pretty good though. That was actually really good. First phase. I still lose a little bit of time to gold, I think, because I had to heal. And gather soul. I don't think I had to gather soul. Wait, I'm forgetting. This seems right. Actually, here. We did it, let's go. 46 seconds ahead. Alright, we take those. I didn't pull up the notes this time, so we're just gonna wing it. I believe I literally just go back to Stag Station. I need about 300 geo. Okay. Should I heal so I don't die? I was gonna heal like right through that transition, but then I remembered there was an enemy right there. That was scary. I forgot that that enemy was gonna spawn since I did that awkwardly. Oh man, that was stupid. So I need a little bit of geo. 14 isn't that much. Hey, that's plenty. I believe I bench here. I don't remember what splits after D-Dark, but I believe after D-Dark I quit out to come back here. We stagged to Dirtmouth. I think I remember the route enough. We just have to read the splits. I think usually when I read the splits, I can remember just fine. What happened yesterday after Umu was I did not read the splits. So I forgot that I was supposed to go get Great Slash and not just go through Queen's Garden. Oops, I forgot to jump. I also killed a run here once because... Oops. Crap. Not because of that. That's not great. I killed a run here once because I quit out at Crystal Heart. Because that's what you do in any percent, but you don't do that here. I also probably shouldn't go for God Pixel during this. But why not? Alright, we're safe. We lost a little bit of time, but that's alright. I think I can make it up in D-Dark. Because in D-Dark, I don't know if in PB I did early control or not. I guess that shows up in Dream now, not D-Dark. Oh wait, this is a C-dash. Oopsies. Oops, crap. I should have C-dashed one more time. I don't know why I forgot how many C-dashes it was. Alright, I killed that run again. I'm going to go grab more water. God, I don't know why I keep killing runs. That sucks. Oh, now I can actually pay attention to my best possible, which I keep forgetting to look at, because I would like to know. My best possible is like 56 something. 56:30. Thanks for the good luck, Shelby. I just killed a run. I don't know if you saw. But I'll be back. I'm going to go grab water. Okay. Oops. We're back. And looks like the timing might be okay. So. Now we're not gonna suck. Okay, let me get comfortable again. I should turn on the fan. Oh wait, this is a good chance. I think there's ads going. I'm going to pull up the notes, which I keep forgetting where they are. Where is the Discord? I have the split maker, like pin. I just remember where that is, and that's how I pull up the notes. I didn't think I was gonna need it anymore, but we'll pull up the notes. So I know all the way through // Shade Soul, then you get Dive. Then after you get Dive, you sit on the bench like I thought. You get that bottom row of Geo. Okay, so I did all of that right. Yeah, so I remember through there. I remember through Tellurian for sure. Oh yeah, I need to restart live split. I'll do that really fast. Okay, so that should be good. And yeah, so now we're gonna not throw. And where is it? So Ismus tier, that's the normal thing that you do. You just go get the Geo chest after, like if you were in any percent coming down from Lurian, there's really no difference to that ever. But, you know. I think I'm even good through all the way to Ismus tier. Because once on the splits I see enter Ancient Basin, I'm like, okay. I know I'm going down there. I don't know why I thought that Vengefly was too far away. But it's fine. $52.07, almost another 51. Any like low 52s I'm definitely still fine with. I'm nowhere near consistent enough to get 51s consistently. I only sometimes I'm like, wow, that felt really fast, so I'll look up there, then it's like 53.2. I'm like, wow, that was bad. Like, why did I feel so fast? Then usually it's because I just blanked out while I got a hard fall or something. I don't know how long Cartographer is. Maybe I should do that category, because it's always nice to hear Cornifers humming. Alright, we avoided the freeze frames from the Vengefly dying. Let's go. I'm curious if those freeze frames even happen on current patch. I feel like they probably don't. Oops. I don't know why I had a feeling I was gonna mess that up somehow. We're still fast. This is still fine. Crap, but then I'm putting my jump, the bufferingness. I can remember the word. surprised that first slash still actually hit. Nice. This should be pretty fast. Like a 32 again. 31, okay. I think it's been a while since I got a 31. And usually what happens when I have a good VS, the Balder decides it's time to spit like at least 4 times before giving me a mini Balder. That really sounds weird when you only hit 2 of the flanks on the first one. We will definitely take 2 spits. That is acceptable. We'll take that trade. As long as it wasn't like 4 or more. I think we have a chance maybe to get out of here before 5:20. Maybe. I don't know, we missed it just barely. Dang. Why can't I do it? I feel like I've done it once. I think I was gonna fall a little bit further if I didn't backstep there. I'm gonna ignore the birds on the ground so I can itch my eye. We could have gotten full soul, but oh well. Eight hits is enough. And 7 geo from that moss charger, nice. The tactical killing those birds. I think they're at just the right spot that I can't kill them or can't pogo them. I think the one was far enough left, but the other one was definitely in exactly the wrong spot. All the geo fell directly beneath that ball, or that moss knight. Perfect. I'm gonna not comment on anything that's happening for the rest of this split because I feel like I'm coming dangerously close to jinxing it. There, we got all the geo from them. It's not really RNG to get all the geo from them, so I don't mind saying that one. I lied. About not saying anything about it. Oops. Losing a little bit of our time, but we're gonna be green. We take those. Even if it's only a little bit. I think being green this early, I don't know what I did in PB, but I really just, I went as hard as I could in Mothwing Cloak somehow. I still need to check the comms up because I don't know how I'm almost never saving time in Cloak. I got 1 gold since I PB'd. And I think the PB was about like 20 some runs ago. That was an awkward path. I'm not forgetting this time. I remember the Geo Rocks. Yeah, like that being 3 seconds off of my gold is just because the gold is insane because it skips the Geo Rocks. Like the gold is 1 second off of Comsob. I'm definitely not that fast yet. I do think that's funny though. I skipped something in the split, and it's still not better than Comsob. Although a 47 there is pretty good, I think, for me. Alright. Okay, cleanup, which means, again, if my shade doesn't decide to be a jerk and shoot a fireball for no reason, then we can do pretty good here. No Geo. Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say that should be a gold. So now basically to get a gold, I just need better cleanup on the gruzzes. That's nice. We got 2 free hits of soul. So now we only need 1 in this room to start off. And we got 2 anyway? Nice. That was good RNG on the bottom row of husks too. Alright, we're good on Geo again here. Another gold. Yeah, that was mainly the RNG on those bottom row husks, I think. If I picked up all the Geo in the room before Gorgeous Husk, we would have been way better here even. But from what I've been told, 729 is fine. I don't know why I never think I'm gonna make that second dash. Okay, don't jump off yet. That was dumb. Okay, we didn't gold this, but we still saved more time because PB was bad. PB had like no Geo here.
Hele Somet. Bam. Finner.
Like that's like a guaranteed 13 seconds that you're stuck and can't do anything. Okay, so now we go do Shade Soul, which is the part where I keep getting low, and then going into Soul Sanctum and dying. I think it's kind of lucky I didn't get hit by that husk. I remembered the nail art this time. Now we're in super lag room. Oh, I didn't need the second fireball. Oh well. I wasn't even paying attention to if it was double hitting or not there. I would have if I didn't lag so hard in that room. This is definitely a gold again. I golded last time, but this time is a gold because I didn't mess anything up. Another couple seconds, let's go. Yeah, now we're just on dive. So now we just pray that they don't teleport directly in front of us in the room after this one. Nice. That was a fast kill. That would count as directly in front of us, but there's also a kind of convenient directly in front of us because it wasn't exactly in front. This is good. Okay. Ah. That wasn't the fastest, but there's still a chance I gold this split. Fake dive, I have to remember to go for those damage hits. Crap. That was dumb. So here? A little bit behind there. Nice. Okay, so not a gold, but still fast. Let's go. We take those. Should I baby strat peaks? I don't really wanna. I also don't know why I was messing that up a lot. And by a lot, I mean like in the 2 runs I got there. Okay, now I need to remember I sent both elevators back down. So now we go down. We get as much geo here as we can. 1 dash into the room. Jade Soul. Okay, now we just hope for a lot of soul in the next, or a lot of geo in the next place. I'll go grab that. So we need a little bit more. And that's good. Oh, we golded. Nice. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna remember this time to hold the nail art before falling down. I think I got it off last time, but it was a little bit closer than that. Okay, hopefully this time I don't screw this up. Crap. It's all the not ever being at Hogax anymore. I'm way out of practice for it. I don't want to try the no damage tank way. Definitely safer, but last time I only died because I was being dumb. I didn't cling the wall, did I? I don't think I did. Ah. This is where I grabbed the C-dash last time. Just so I feel a little bit more comfortable, I'm gonna get a little bit more soul. No! Oh my god. God. Why do I keep throwing the runs? It's so bad. I shouldn't even bother with that since I haven't practiced it. I should just do the normal way. That sucks. So... yeah, there's no coming back from that one. I don't know if I have enough time to do another. Man, why not? I'll try another one. I have to close my splits again and restart them. Jeez, why can I not just not throw runs? It's not that hard. Just don't do dumb stuff. If I PB'd by like a minute, how much is that? I forget what my PB is. 59.26, okay. Alright, back to the Silent King's Pass. Man, that's so stupid. I just need to not lose as much health in, whatever it's called, peaks. I hate the Vengefly. I'm not counting that as a run. We're just erasing that one from history. Yeah. Okay. I had like an eyelash stuck in the corner of my eye. I'm gonna go back. Alright, there we go. Nice freeze frame of the patch. Alright, this is the real 50th run. Hopefully, it doesn't suck. I'll try to just not reset this one unless I die, which has happened twice now in peaks. The funniest thing is, I don't think I've died that many times in peaks total. In this or any percent. Yet, I did it 2 times back to back in the runs today. .2. See, that one felt fast. That's why I was expecting that one to be a 51, and it wasn't. Oh yeah, didn't I have to go get the Vengefly? I think I did. So that, I think that was still fast. If the Vengefly cooperated, though, we could have saved 0.21 seconds. Not that that matters at all for the run. It just makes me feel better. I also haven't blinked in a while, apparently, or I haven't blinked enough. I'm already upset. Getting hit in that room pisses me off more than anything else in any of the Hollow Knight speedruns I've done so far. That one doesn't count either. I'm not deleting that one. I'll leave that one on there because that was my fault. I just timed that terribly. Yeah, no, that wouldn't work. The patch probably didn't show up there. There we go. I'm just struggling as hard as you can possibly struggle now. I don't know why I can't PB again. It's not like this PB is amazing. It was my 4th PB, or my 4th completed run. I think my 3rd run, that makes sense. I think my 3rd run was slightly slower than the run that I have on speedrun now. Like only like within 30 seconds, I think. but it was after it, so that's why I submitted the other one only. What? Like, oh my god, dude. I'm resetting that. I didn't mean to start my splits again. I think I confused it. It counted one of them twice. I can't even just get out of the regular stuff. Why am I using my mouse? When I use my mouse, I do weird stuff in the menu. Okay. Now, if I actually get a run going and finish it, it'll be like a 4-hour stream when I usually do 3, but it's fine. That was actually really weird. The fact that I aggroed the Vengefly, then it just decided to stay still. Like, it didn't come at me at all. It was just like, I see you, and that's it. $51.72. That was good. I could tell that one was better. I just really want to get far into the run again. Right after D-Dark is like the fun part of the run. And that's where I keep throwing. Was a little bit slow on purpose to get a little bit more geo, and it worked out. I didn't know how much I grabbed, but I saw like a big chunk that was going to be behind me. We might have even been short if I didn't grab that. Like, I consider short anything below 9. I hate getting below 9 ever. We didn't get bamboozled by those guys, those husks. I was focusing a tiny bit on that because this might be a gold. Maybe. Nah, it's not. But I didn't mess up a couple of small timings in that fight. It would have been good. It's still a good VS, but it could have been better. Yeah, like 32, definitely fine. I will take those anytime I get them. Oof. The heck, that was weird. I did an up slash, so it didn't knock me down like it usually does, so I like tried to go left when I wasn't on the platform I'm usually on, and so I couldn't jump the way I usually jump. That was really weird. But first spit, we take those. I think with first spit, there's a chance that we get a 5 or a sub 520 into green path. Maybe. Slight chance. I don't know though. Yes. Finally, let's go. Got another sub 520. I was trying to say sub and 520 at the same time. So I said fub. That was fun. And we actually have a lot of geo too. I grabbed 15 from Gro's room, didn't I? I think. It's a little bit of contributing to that. I think I could have also single fireballed there. I jumped far enough. Oops. I needed the soul hit. I didn't need that last one though. I don't know if this is the fastest I've gotten here. I feel like it's pretty close. It's like within a second. But then I usually go up there. So, bye-bye comparison. At least the times that I remember. Okay, and we got all the geo. I think we did anyway. And we got 8 from that moss charger. So we are pretty set here. That was bullying. That's my fastest hornet fight, like literally ever. That was completely bullying, unfair. I don't care. Get wrecked, hornet. I'm wondering, like, just how fast that is, because I don't know the Moss Knight splits. I think I wasn't too far off with my gold for Vengefly King. Mothwing, but I don't actually have any idea about the timing for Moss Knight. That was not how you're supposed to do that, but who cares?
Wow! 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 Wow!
Crap. Okay, that's fine. Crap. Okay, come on. Nah, I waited a little bit too long. So we lost all of our time save in one split. Let's go. Messed up Mantis Pogo, then didn't get early control. A lot of time waste. But, nah. I think I was barely ahead here last time, so we can just be ahead at Blue Lake, and that's fine. I think I was like 15 ahead at Blue Lake. There's plenty of time saved to do that again. We messed up the fight again, but it's alright. Apparently I'm just not meant to not screw that fight up. Has some awful growth cleanup though. But I think it was fine because they the last two lined up a little bit. We have enough to buy another Shaman Stone. Let's go. I don't know if that's the most geo I've had here. It might be. I didn't get any geo from that either. Dang. Scammed. Minus almost 9 is completely fine. Alright. Here goes nothing. Getting close to the parts that I mess up. That counts as messing up. But it's fine. I'm just wondering how much I actually golded by last time. Did I gold by 6 seconds? I feel like there's no way. That's definitely enough geo, though. Yeah, 745, we're good. We just don't do weird stuff for the first, like, sets of hoppers. And we're golden. Somehow I didn't get my dash, or I dashed too late. We have enough geo, I'm skipping it. That was dumb. I was just trying to be too fast. Too fast for my own good.
To está jugando.
Oh my god.
Huh? Ganame, chulo.
I haven't done that before. So we were set up to save like a ton of time on that split, and then I saved barely anything. 7, or not even 7, 6. It's like 7 seconds almost. That was a really awkward path, but it kind of worked. Come on. Dude, why is that one camping the entrance? Come on, dude. I think I was going the right way. Yes, okay. I don't think we're losing that much time, but we're not gaining any really. I believe PB, oh no, we are losing some time. Gross. I believe PB had a, like missed dash slash in there or something. That's why I thought we weren't gonna lose time. Dang. I hope that they aren't rude. Like that. It's actually the worst when they spawn directly in your way. I'm going to heal. I should have just healed once. But paranoid. Like, this fight really isn't that bad. Nice. Okay, and now hopefully we do a good second half. I would say that was a good second half. I think this is perfect. We're directly lined up underneath of the thing. I think we were a minute ahead here or something last time. Dang. Okay, we can save that much time though, surely. I just realized part of my problem with D-Dark. I don't think I'm hitting quick cast. Sometimes I'm just hitting focus cast, which is bad. Hopefully the guard husk isn't mean. Hopefully the guard husk lets us get some geo. Okay, that's definitely enough, I think. What do I do now? Oh yeah, we're going to King Station. Exactly 300 geo. I didn't remember. I didn't know if I got enough just by hitting those twos geo, those twos great English. But I thought so. I was gonna say please. Okay. Now I will actually let the cutscene play, because I've been skipping it. Maybe that will change our Crystal Peaks luck. We need 2 hits. I don't think I've hard fallen there yet. I think it's the first time. I think I could have gotten us hit a soul from that guy, but oh well. There we go. Hogax is back. Messing up the timing twice was all it needed. And we're gonna be a little bit slow because I already messed up a wall jump. Nice. But oh well. I could have made it through that cycle. I was just afraid. Okay, did we save time? Lose time? Nice, gold. Perfect. I was gonna say, that felt like it might have been fast, but I haven't done that many runs to here. I was gonna go through, but I was definitely gonna get hit if I did, just because I did not have the timing down. Okay. Let's go. Okay, we didn't fail here. Perfect. Almost forgot that C dash though. Okay, another drink of water. I always run out of water in this run if I get a whole run going. I think my gold dream nail, the 116, I think that probably includes early control. But apparently that was a fast D-Dark. I feel like the knight's leaning over so far. The knight was leaning over so far because of the 1 health that it really just throws me off. Nice. Another gold. Let's go. And now we get to just leave. And so this is where we go fight Watcher Knights. I should know that because it says Lurian at the top. Ooh. Much easier when you don't have to turn around. I forgot you can charge a C-dash there. I love beating up Watchers. This, I think, golds, maybe. There's a chance. Not anymore, though. Because I insisted on trying to do the fancy jump. But we still save a lot of time. We should save at least like 10 seconds, right? Maybe? I don't remember. Okay, so now we go get the bench because we're gonna be smart in case we die. How are runs going? Hey Sev, they're going alright. I like the math emote. I feel like there's not a ton of animated lurk emotes out there. But I've been killing runs left and right, so there's still a chance. We take, alright. True. They're like 50-50 because I keep killing them, but they're good runs. Am I supposed to C-dash through that? I think. Why would I kill runs? It's not like I mean to do it. Sometimes you're just careless, you know? You just accidentally are like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna cut this corner a little bit sharper than usual. Oops, like that. Perfect opportunity to start killing this in this in this part. We aren't gonna do the really fast way. We're just gonna do the that way. Nice. Poor runs. Hope they don't feel unloved. Yeah, it's not my fault. There's so many of them, they're hard to... I was gonna say, is that supposed to happen? Okay, we'll just go for this. Crap. That was not my fault. I think that's too low. Yeah. I'm scared having only one health. Having 2 health feels a little bit better. But I'm gonna be safe and just dash through this room. And almost get sniped anyway. Those flying husks should be nerfed. Why do they have such good aim? Alright, remember to not hit on that one. And now I get to have full health again, let's go. Oops. I feel like my fight was good, at least, because I remember last time when I was this far, I remember not saving time when I was supposed to C-dash there, I believe. Or maybe it was just because I forgot this part existed and did this slowly. I don't know. These things are so rude. Also, maybe I healed too much last time. That's why I didn't save time. I don't know. We're gonna heal here, though. I don't know which side of the arena you're supposed to start on. Oh. I thought you could always, like, force broken vessel upwards if you up-slashed. That might be a QOL thing or something. Because I did it in rando, so I just assumed it worked. We golded, nice. I didn't know how much time I was gonna be saved or not saved there. I really hope if I finish this run that the patch number's in there. Can you, like, does it have to be at the beginning? If there's a quit out, does it count as being able to see the patch number? Or does it have to be at the start of the run? HK Glod, let's go. Can I get another Glod here? I guess technically if I do a good Hornet fight. Patch needs to be at start, okay. I kind of figured that that was the case, but I wasn't sure. I also hate that you can't pogo these in the latest patch, those lanterns. Oh yeah, I was close to golding, I think, but the last run I completed, I went to the wrong thing, and that was supposed to be a C-dash too. Thanks, Nightbot. Need to be slightly above that little, like, nub on the wall. Can start from here, because I didn't do that the last time. And I don't think there's any C-dashes in this room. Oops. Visual cues, yes. The things that you need to have in Hollow Knight, because they definitely help. I always forget about that, like, little mini spam at the beginning. Stop just being slightly out of my reach. Ow. Okay. Oh my, Hornet, why are you jumping under me? I was scared. That was a very slow fight. But it's not as slow as dying. Oh my god. I'd rather stay a minute ahead and not die. So I will take that. God, that was bad. That was my worst Hornet fight yet. Not terrifying at all, yeah. Hardly even broke a sweat. I was fine the whole time. That's why I was optimally hitting Hornet and not just hiding in a corner. I feel like you can see dash from here. Yeah, that's true. I could take the safety bench. But safety's for quitters or something. I think I've heard that somewhere. Yeah, the being scared of dying is definitely because I would have to go all the way back to King's Station, so that would probably be helpful. Oh god. I don't think that matters, does it? I always forget that I have D-Dark. So there's that. Cyclone Slash. We go to Dirtmouth. I remember, because I read the split, I didn't even look at the notes. And the notes are still in Monarch Wings. Yeah, I'm used to any percent. So I'm like, oh, I have D-Dark, what? The first Watcher Nights I just did Watcher Nights on like any percent Watcher Nights, but with what's it called, Shade Soul, like replacing VS. My fight was literally exactly what you're supposed to do in Watchers on any percent, just giving myself more damage. So I completely forgot. I was like, oh yeah, I can fight bosses differently now. I caught the wall this time. I saw Kuroshi do a much better dash there, so now I kind of know a little bit. There's also some pretty 3-time saves. That's a pretty universal experience, you'd say. Well, what, anyone who switches from any percent going, very OP for Broken Vessel. I'm really bad at using it in that fight. Oops. For some reason, whenever I use D-Dark in Broken Vessel, like I just end up pushing it away, so then it's actually worse for me. I just do terribly with that. Alright, now it's time to see if I can do it again. I forgot also to, I don't know, do you do the early control thing there? Because if you do it there, then it's a Cyclone Slash. Which could make sense to do it. Use it when they do the headbang attack. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, see, I would just use it randomly in the fight, so I just assumed it was bad, because I forgot that you could use it during that attack. I was about to try to do the acid skip. Definitely need to acid skip while we have Ismas. Whew, alright. The last time I fought Umu was the 1 cycle, so... When was that? That was only like yesterday, I guess, right? Please, Umu, be nice. You're already pretty nice with the 2 short phases. Aw, dang, okay. I missed something. Maybe a little bit of damage on D-Dark. Oh, I missed that. Side hop. I love the side hop. I don't even care about like how perfect the setup is. I just like the side hop the knight does when you talk to Coral like that. Honestly, nah, this is still close to PB, but I bet. I think I'm still, like, I'm consistent enough at 2 cycle on any percent. Like, I don't get it every single time, but I think I'm consistent enough now that having all the power-ups of all skills, I should pretty much always do, like, just barely over a 1 cycle. Okay, so now we do Great Slash. We don't go to Queen's Gardens. We don't do that. I forgot how that run died, actually, until I just was here. That makes more sense why I didn't finish that run. Wait. Bench first. Almost forgot. Oh wait, I'm supposed to go up right side, I believe. But I end up going up left side a lot anyway. I also need to practice this room, because the optimal path through this room is really awesome. I think you can C-dash through. I don't know where all the C-dashes are in this. I don't know why I didn't C-dash there. I was thinking about this. What, it's like all C-dashes to here? Oh, because of all the C-dashes?
To sta jugando.
There's so many of them, I feel like. I almost grabbed the text spam at the very end. Okay, so that was another 10-second gold. Wait, both. I don't remember the question I asked. Or the questions, I guess should say. I know it was one about C-dashes, and then something else. I don't trust going through here with C-dash. That jellyfish has decided that it doesn't like me while I'm trying to do a run. Oops. I don't think this is a C-dash. If the movement was good, it's all C-dash, or if those were C-dashes, something like that. Yeah, I feel like that sounds about right. There's C-dash in there so much that it just sounds like word vomit, but I believe that you and me together remember correctly. You sound correct enough, and I feel like that makes sense. Oh my. I hate this arena, it's so odd. I think you can see dash from here, right? Maybe. I lost 10 seconds. Nice. This is the one, I think. No, I didn't remember which one. Oh yeah, forgot. I don't know how much health I need, so I'm doing that just in case. Looks so easy, but it's hard to do optimally. I believe it. I like that you get all the dreamers before all the abilities in this. Also, Wraith's Arena, it's all just the mosquitoes, so like you feel like it should be easy, and it's definitely not. It's been a while since I've done Dark Deep Nest too, so this will be a bit sketchy. Should I do that? I'm going to. Oops. Okay, I'm glad that the spider wasn't in the way. Easy but highly annoying enemies, yeah, true. Exactly like mosquitoes. Oh my god, okay. I don't mind taking that hit, because it's better than actually dying. TC copied real life. They did a really good job too. Oops. Just get that little bit. I didn't know how much I needed for that. This is losing more time. Gross. I think usually I have more soul there because I hadn't had to heal. I didn't have to heal. I'm just gonna not try to say it the other way that I was trying to say it, even though it was still correct. I just can't think of the right way to say it. Okay, Shade Cloak. I still don't know the right way down through the abyss, so I'm just gonna be guessing again. I believe I remember right. That was stupid. I forgot to do the actual fast thing. Visual cues for the win. I don't even know which visual cues you're referencing right there. Oh, you mean for Abyss? Yeah. I should probably get some of those. I mean, to be fair, I've had, I think, 5 runs to here. So I'm building them as best as I can with very limited visual experience. I don't know. Okay, is this right? Right enough. Debug might help there. Yeah, that would make sense. It's just the thing that I haven't practiced any of this. Oop. Oh crap. That was perfect. Oh my god. Shade cloak would be nice right about now. Dude, of course the stupid horn on its head. I don't know if I feel like keeping on going. Because I'm gonna spawn here, yeah. Of course. Don't talk to me, Hornet. I'm mad. I hate this game sometimes, dude. Okay, well, that run's dead, and so is the stream. So we're gonna look for somebody to raid now. God, that sucked. I don't understand why I can't, like, I had no trouble getting, like, 4 runs completed. I had 4 runs before I had, like, 10 attempts, I think. And now I can't complete a single one. Thanks. Thanks for the heart. Man, rough. Who's actually on right now? The thing is, I don't want to raid a no-hit stream, just because I don't feel like watching that right now. My expectations are higher now. I'm playing more aggressive. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just that it still sucks. I hate it. Alright. Where was this person that I was thinking of raiding? Okay. Or wait. I'll wait until after the ad and see what's going on in the stream first. Okay. Yeah. I'll try to have a good rest of my evening. I'll be contemplating why I can't get a run to live, even though you just told me the answer, basically. But hopefully tomorrow we can actually get one that stays all the way to the end. And I had like a minute of time save there. Hey, thanks for the good luck. My last run actually just died, so I was gonna go raid someone. And yeah, I was gonna say, I was assuming that was you. Thanks for the follow. We hit my 90 goal. Yeah, I'm ending. So how many runs did I have today? There are at least 4 runs, I think, that I killed like halfway in or more. Yeah, so that sucked. But we're getting close to finishing another one. I need to finish another one so that I can, what's it called? I need to finish another one so I can upload it. The last one I uploaded didn't have the patch. I'm typing in the wrong chat. I was about to type. That's the word I'm looking for. There we go. All right. We're gonna raid this person. It's their first playthrough. Let's see. I don't know their pronouns, so we'll just have to hope or ask when we go in. But I just always like to, I don't know, since this is our first playthrough, what do I actually say? I always like to say good luck and do some sort of heart emote. So I guess we can still do that. So those are the two messages for the raid. But yeah, so hopefully tomorrow I don't suck as much and I can get a run done. But thanks for being around, guys, and let's go wish Coco good luck. Where's the confirm button? There it is. All right, bye.